The first question you see on the AP Lang free response question, often called the Q1, is the synthesis essay question. On the synthesis essay, you're given a topic to consider. You're given 6 or 7 sources to read that all pertain to the topic in some way. You're asked to argue a position on the topic, and in doing so, you must synthesize at least 3 sources to help develop your position. Now, there's no tricks here. 3 sources is enough. There's no bonus points for using more than 3 sources. So there's really no purpose to go beyond what is asked with just the 3 sources. So what does it mean to, quote, use a source? Well, in order for a source to count on your scoring rubric, you must use specific ideas that the source states. You also must reference the ideas accurately. And lastly, you must use the sourced ideas to develop your argument in some way. When I say that you must use ideas from the source that are specific, that means that the ideas must be direct quotations or specific paraphrases of ideas that are actually stated in the text. It can't be something that you merely infer from the source, and you cannot merely allude to some knowledge gained from the source. That's not specific enough. As a general rule of thumb, if you can't point to it in the text, it isn't specific enough. If you can't put your finger on the words where it says that idea, it's not specific enough. Next, in order for it to be considered accurate, that means that the sourced ideas must be used as they were intended in the original text. That means no Frankensteining quotes together to make a different point than the point the writer is making when they use that particular quotation. You also need to be careful that you don't accidentally misread or misinterpret what a source says. That will sink you faster than anything on this essay. Lastly, what does it take for a source to be considered as developing your argument? Well, there's a number of different ways that you can use a sourced idea to develop your argument. They can be used to lend support to a particular claim that you're trying to make, whether it's pulling a premise or a generalization to support a claim that you're making, or plucking examples out of a source to support some generalization of your own. You could also use sourced ideas to provide key definitions or introduce key concepts that are just important for your reader to understand when you're making your argument. Lastly, you can also bring up sourced ideas as a means of raising ideas for rebuttal and refutation. Yeah, you can certainly say, according to source C, the writer says this, however, the writer is wrong and here's why. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. You don't just have to use them to support what you're saying. At the end of the day, though, you need to make sure that your argument remains at the center of your writing. Your argument is still the star of this show, not the sources. The sources should only enhance your argument, not make the argument for you.